Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to Midday. This is the Fairport Harbor Public Library Test Kitchen with our very own rabbit food, Lee Negrelli, and me. And today we're making bowls, but we're using a plate because they're easier to picture. It's easier to picture. Bowls are the new thing, but they're really not nearly as complicated as they sound, and they're beautiful. This person is going to show us how to do that.
Yeah, so a bowl is typically, it's salad-esque. It just has a lot of different vegetables, grains, nutrients. You can put fruit in there. There's usually a dressing involved. So we're going to go over the basic layout of how you'll put it together and then show you some different options that you can do. So this one is going to be a sweet potato bowl. We're first going to make the dressing though, which is going to be with tahini.
Which all of these ingredients were purchased at Mark's.
Yeah, tahini used to be kind of like a fancy, expensive thing, and these days it's not, thankfully, because it's delicious.
And indeed, one of my granddaughters pointed out that the organic one at Mark's is less expensive than the regular one, which is the only time in history that's happened.
So tahini is just sesame seed paste. It's almost like, it'd be like if you made peanut butter out of sesame seeds. So you could actually use peanut butter in this. Of course, it'll change the flavor because peanuts and sesame seeds don't taste the same, but they have similar properties. You do have to stir it up like the annoying natural peanut butter that the oil separates.
And it doesn't help if you turn it upside down in your refrigerator. I've tried.
So it just takes a while to kind of work it in, and then just stir it until you have something that looks a little bit creamy. And we're going to mix it up some more, so I'm just going to take a little blob of this and put it in our bowl. And it doesn't take much because it has a strong flavor and you can always add more. So for this dressing, it's going to be, I know I already need more, about equal parts of tahini and water.
Yeah, do what you want with that because I'll make hummus tomorrow.
Perfect. And then we're going to need some acid. We are going to use lemon today. You can use lemon or vinegar. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Rice vinegar too, I would assume.
Any kind of vinegar. Yeah, I really like
Balsamic?
what are the types of vinegars? I like red wine vinegar the best for this. You could also use a white wine vinegar. You could use an apple cider vinegar using salt, pepper. And this dressing actually stands up to a bit of sweetness, so you could add a little bit of maple syrup or sugar.
Honey, if you're not a purist, which I'm not. Are you? Do you use honey?
I don't use honey, but I also don't ask about it at restaurants. If that's...
Okay. For those of you who didn't know, Lee is a very faithful vegan. I'm a very poor example of what vegan life should look like.
Hair a little bit helps. That's all the animals care about. You think that needs more tahini? Less tahini?
It always needs more tahini. Yeah, it's really salty.
More tahini, it's too salty. You can also add, if you feel like it needs more fat, for example, but you think it also has a really strong tahini flavor, you can add in some olive oil. So while she's perfecting our dressing over there, I'm going to chop up our sweet potato. This was microwaved, steamed,
Baked. You said the microwave?
You told me that we could microwave the potatoes for this if we needed to. Just cook the sweet potato any way you want, and then we are going to chop it up into cubes. You can also cube it and then roast it.
These are Rainbow Farms sweet potatoes.
Perfect. So they're good ones.
They're really fresh and really yummy, and boy, is very different.
So when you're putting a bowl together, think of it kind of like you're making nachos, because that's what the process really looks like. So we're gonna put some greens down. You could use kale. This is spinach. You can use anything you want.
Kale is gross.
I will say, if I use kale, I cook it first, and you can do the same thing. Yeah. But you can do the same thing for the spinach, but if we cook down this whole box, we'd end up with a tablespoon, so. Let's go quinoa next. So this quinoa is already cooked. You could use rice, you could use buckwheat, you could use any grain you want, but that provides you with some protein, some fiber.
Taste this. I think you got a little heavy on the salt, kid.
Well, now we're going to need more water because it
Yeah,
needs to be
yeah.
dressing. We could also add more lemon. I'm used to cooking in much bigger quantities than trying to make 3 tablespoons of dressing. But we're going to layer those sweet potatoes on there. We're going to add some black beans. The dressing will go on there whenever it's ready. If it gets ready, maybe we'll just have to start it over. But in the meantime, I'll show you how to chop an avocado. So there's a gigantic pit inside an avocado. So I just put the knife in at the top where the stem is until you hit the seed.
Nice catch.
Until you hit the seed, and then just rotate the avocado around the knife, then twist it open. Oh, this one is the biggest seed in history, totally gypped. And then if you just push your thumbs on the back of the seed, it'll pop out. And then to cut it into chunks, we're gonna just score, go until your knife hits the skin. Don't go past that because that's where your hand is. And then do it the other direction. So then you have a checkerboard of avocado in there. Scoop it out with a spoon, and you have diced avocado ready to go. I'm making a huge mess today.
You're fine. It's been that kind of a day here at Fairport Harbor Public Library. The verdict? Yeah?
I think that's pretty good. It is a little bit salty, but we have not seasoned any of this. So this is going to taste like the pure form of the vegetables plus the dressing and the sweetness from the sweet potato and the fattiness from, there's black beans
Oh,
on
did
it.
you do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Duh.
We're just going to drizzle it. You don't need a lot. And that's that. This is the cold salad version. You can do all of this hot. Don't heat up the avocado though. But you could put the quinoa, you could saute your greens, put the quinoa, sweet potato on there hot, then top it with your avocado and dressing, and then you could do it that way. You could shove this all inside of a burrito. You could mix it all up and serve it like a salad. Got a lot of options, but that's the basic formula for a bowl.
A bowl.
Greens, a grain, a bean, some other protein source, and your vegetables, and a dressing.
One of our favorites is roasted sweet potato and garbanzo beans. And you can cook them at the same time. Garbanzo beans, chickpeas, roast them in the oven, and it's just delicious. It's very yummy. So, enjoy.
That's that. Take it for lunch tomorrow. See you next time.
Take care.